Welcome to Credit Monster, where high limits are achievable and bad credit is beatable. It's the kid Credit Monster back in here with another video. Shout out to everyone watching the channel. We have a huge update with Credit One Bank. But before we get into that, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe so you can stay up to date with the Credit Monster. Now let's get into the video. Okay, y'all, so we're going to talk about Credit One Bank, not to be confused with Capital One. They're two different banks. Now, Credit One Bank is normally for people with bad credit. If you've been in searching for a credit card, you might have gotten an offer in the mail for Credit One Bank, anywhere between $500 to $1,000. They might offer starting out, and it's generally for people with bad credit. And if you look at the reviews and you do a little bit of research on Credit One Bank, you might find information saying that, it's not really a great bank. You're going to have a high interest rate. But I always say don't keep a balance so you won't have to pay the interest for the most part. But if you do have to pay the interest, it is normally not that big of a deal. However, it's unsecure. They don't really have any secure credit cards. But if you look at their options, there's plenty of options from all different types of credit scores, whether you have bad credit, average credit, or even good credit. They have something for everybody, basically. But specifically, we have a huge update with Credit One Bank. One of the biggest criticisms with Credit One Bank, besides the fact that interest rate is high, is that you cannot use auto pay. Now, this been a huge criticism with Credit One Bank, is that they don't have an auto pay option. So if you have a Credit One credit card currently, you may have noticed that you can't have an auto pay option with that particular card. Now, they just released in the month of December of 2021 that now you can have auto pay on your credit cards, which is phenomenal. I'm really happy for Credit One for making that decision, because it just seemed so predatory that you couldn't have auto pay. It seemed like they want you to have a late payment and have to pay late payment fees and have to pay extra interest and get into a bad financial situation, which is really not conducive. I don't see how that's really conducive in the long term for a credit card company or any financial institution to want to have their customers default or miss payments so they have to charge them extra fees, because in the long run, if you keep these customers happy, they will end up spending more money with your card and end up, when they do need a loan and have to pay interest, they will come to you guys and they will end up, using your card more, which will get you more funding from other places that banks get funding from, by having a large pool of credit card users under their network and under their specific brand. So yes, I'm very happy that they made this decision, especially for people who are trying to rebuild credit, who's trying to get in the habit of building credit and using credit responsibly. This is going to make it easier for you guys. They just did this. So if you look it up now, like, does Credit One have auto pay? You'll see, like, it doesn't. Like, most people haven't caught on to this yet, but right as of now, they have auto pay. So do not be reluctant to apply for that Credit One credit card if you have bad credit. They have the American Express one. That's my favorite one. You could get the American Express benefits with that. So it's really a good option if you have bad credit or even average credit. Personal experience, I have gotten that card and I've had it for 1 month, and then they increased my credit limit within 1 month. Now, it is other criticisms for this card, like the fact that you can't do an ACH more than 4 times a month. A ACH meaning you can't do a regular payment from your bank as a bank transfer, electronic transfer. Credit One seems to not let you do more than 4 payments in 1 month. They say it's for security purposes, but that's not common. That's not a common practice between credit card companies. Because the thing is, if you run up this credit card to close to your limit, you pay it off, you run it up again, you pay it off. You're trying to build the rewards because you get cash back on some of these cards, or even travel rewards with some of these credit cards. you want to maximize that. If you have a small credit limit, you're going to have to use it and then reload, use it and reload, use it and reload if you're trying to maximize that one particular card. Now it's harder for you if you can't make unlimited payments. So with Credit One specifically, from my experience, they haven't let me pay more than 4 times a month, and they say it's for security purposes. Now the only way, you have to do their alternative payments after the fourth time. You would have to either mail in a check, or you have to do an express payment, use your payment with another credit card or another debit card, like coming from your debit card. So that's one of my criticisms with Credit One Bank, is that why should I be limited to how many times I could pay with a certain payment method, the ACH method? Why are y'all preventing customers from making payments more than 4 times a month using the ACH method, when that's the most common method of credit card payments? And that does seem a little suspicious, like you're trying to set these people up to fail, or even trying to basically limit how much rewards a customer is accumulating from your particular card. But I feel like, a credit card company should want you to use the credit card. I mean, it's actually smarter to use a credit card over a debit card for security purposes, but that's just one of the drawbacks with this particular card. Now, don't get this confused with Capital One. Capital One is a totally different entity, totally different bank. They have totally different practices. With Capital One, most likely you are able to make as many ACH payments unlimited in one given month, because don't get me wrong, Capital One is geared towards people with bad credit as well. They're just more known than Credit One, even though they look so similar. But don't get confused. They're two different banks. They're two different reportings on your credit report if you got a Credit One card and a Capital One card. Now, another good thing about Credit One is they have an option where you can go ahead and get pre-approved, and I'm going to show you that option right here on the screen. You can actually go ahead and get pre-approved before you basically apply for them. See exactly what credit cards they recommend for you based on your credit score at that moment. And you do not get a credit a hard inquiry. It's just a soft inquiry. So your credit score does not go down as a result of you getting pre-qualified for one of their cards. And if you do go ahead and get pre-qualified, the chances of you actually being approved goes up greatly. And another thing, you may start off with a low limit. The thing is, if you use the card close, not like, let's say close to the max, but not super close to the max, and pay it off within a month in full, then most likely they will grant you a credit increase. That is like one of the strategies to get these credit card companies to increase your credit limit, is to use it a lot and pay it off in full within that month and every month. And 9 times out of 10 they'll say, hey, this is a great customer, let's just increase the credit limit because we want this customer to experience this credit card even more and use this credit card even more, because we see that this person is spending responsibly. So that's all I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the Credit One Bank cards in general, but my favorite is the American Express. But check out this next video right here on the screen. It's going to give you some good tips on building your credit like the credit monster. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.